Drive to Survive is coming under a little bit of fire at the moment, a bit of scrutiny.
How come?
Getting
Really?
criticized for fabricating, overextending their creative license in producing the show. About a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, Max Verstappen said that he, because they confirmed that there would be a season 4, and it has come to everyone's attention that Max Verstappen has said he doesn't want to be involved in Drive to Survive. And again, Carlos Sainz.
That's fine.
Carlos Sainz has also voiced his opinion about his disappointment in the portrayal of Ferrari in season 3. Max Verstappen's complaint was that they fabricated rivalries between teammates and constructors that weren't actually there. So now they're asking questions about, okay, so how much creative license should the Drive to Survive have in producing the episodes or producing
Lewis
the series?
Hamilton wasn't in the first series.
No, he
or
wasn't.
second
Mercedes,
series.
yeah, I think in the first one, Mercedes said they didn't want to be
And
involved.
it was still a good series.
Yeah.
So I think they can do it without those people who want to cut themselves out of it.
But I mean, what are your
yeah,
thoughts on
the
them
license?
taking Formula One the season and then going off and like creatively creating these like this tension that doesn't actually really exist? I mean, is it? We can agree that Drive to Survive has been good for the sport because
Go on.
yeah, they've doubled the sort of like Formula One viewership on a weekend. They've doubled that. Most of it's been in America.
Wow. US doesn't really watch Formula One.
Well, that's the point, yeah. So like they say, like in Europe, because people have grown up with Formula One in Europe, the biggest growth has been in the American market, and it's been as a result of a couple of things, but one of them being Drive to Survive.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a market that Formula One wants to be in.
Yeah. And they've just had their race in Austin last weekend, and next year on the calendar they're going to have Austin and Miami.
Wow.
Yeah.
What, a street circuit, Miami?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
That would be amazing.
You were going to say something, Lester?
No, your question was around the license to be creative and how far they're allowed to take it. Look, these guys have, for as much as we watch, they have 100 times more film than what we actually see.
Mm.
And a lot of it is mundane and boring. So they've got to be able to edit it and put it together. And sometimes it is going to be, it's got to be entertaining. It's not.
Sure.
And there's enough to make it entertaining. But yeah, I think they should be highlighted. They're not, but they are in danger of putting the wrong story forward there. Yeah. Just to see what the reaction is. But it draws the audience. Word of mouth. Did you hear this was going on? Watch this week's episode. You can see it for yourself. Yeah. It's not Netflix doing it.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the thing is, my view on season 3.
Yeah.
And
the best season yet.
Having watched the actual live season, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that they left out. A lot of exciting stuff. But I mean, exciting from a Formula One point of view, not like a
racing perspective.
Yeah, from a racing perspective. And there was a lot, almost like they could have had a part 2. They could have had season 3 part 1 and season 3 part 2. Even though it was a short season, there was so much that happened in there that they didn't even show in season 3. But they went as far as Max Verstappen says, they went and created rivalries between, say, like, for instance, Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz, who were in the same team at the time at McLaren. But that rivalry didn't even exist.
Yeah, it would be
in real life.
It's like these guys are watching it and it's like,
yeah,
the guy has a beef with
me.
Exactly.
Then
he dials them up.
So you know what
I'm
saying?
But they do this, right? So they do this on other of their reality programs, behind the scenes programs. Yeah. There was another one with American football that's on Netflix, Last Chance University. And so this is junior college football, where people are going to become, this is their launch pad, their last chance to go to big time and get a degree and all that. But it's behind the scenes of one school. And so the coach, psychs everybody up, gets them mentally prepared, gets them aggressive and all that. And he says a lot of things as part of this. And these are the things that are excitable things. He may not mean them.
Yeah.
Or it probably does. But the point is, the way it was crafted and put together, it just looked like they were just slagging off the other team. So what happens? The next series, which is the next season, the two teams come back again. And now the other team has been watching the Netflix series, and they can hear what these guys have been saying, and all hell breaks loose on this football pitch. So Netflix has incited
violence,
this violence in an already violent scenario.
Oh, jeez.
And the cameraman is there.
And the cameraman's there.
They brought an extra camera.
This is priceless stuff. We won't have to fabricate anything anymore.
Get in there.
The stands are full of cameramen.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I must admit, in a way, I suppose I was disappointed with season 3, even though it was still exciting to watch. I was disappointed because they didn't show a lot of the exciting racing that happened.
But you got to think who they're making this for. Is it the fans, or is it to draw new fans, or is it just to make a series?
But think about it.
It's done wonders for Formula One.
Yeah, it has.
But it's just a story.
But think about it this way, right? It's like, I think Formula One will eventually have to, like, it's got a different journeys that it could take, right? One of the journeys is gonna still be a sport, but an entertaining sport in terms of its viewership through and support through productions like Drives to Survive could be bigger than the actual viewership of the sport. Right.
Yeah.
So in that sense, these sportsmen, the drivers, and the teams, etc., they essentially become, actors, right? Movie stars, actors, and their role as sportsmen diminishes as they basically, So
you think so they're more incentivized by the money?
Of course.
But these guys are competitive racing nuts at heart. I think the money might become a factor, but I think ultimately they're there to race. That's what's in their blood. That's what they've been doing their whole lives, leading up to this point.
Yeah.
That ain't going to change overnight.
Oh, dude,
they already make money anyway.
It's a question of price. Nobody's going to say no to no more money. Nobody.
Well, I don't know.
You'd be surprised.
You go to you go to the richest man in the world and say, "I'll give you another $6 billion." They go, "No."
Elon Musk.
Do you think they're
No,
gonna
dude, I made 30 billion yesterday. Would you give me another 6 million?
Do you think they're gonna say no? Like, honestly,
What?
They already make a ton of money. And what I'm saying is, it might be an influence, but ultimately they still want what they've been targeting their whole life. They still want to be
number one.
they want to be, they want street cred.
Yeah.